Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
That's right, boys and girls, you're listening to the ProBoh Show, currently 8:30 a.m. Central European Time, at 2:30 in the morning for our American friends. How are you doing out there, folks? Wow, we have got quite a show lined up for you. The ProBoh Show elves have been busy. In today's 100 Humans, I ask them, what is something two people on a date might share? Then in Complete the News, difficult to know which one to do today because all of the Complete the Newses that I have lined up are brilliant. We'll find out where maybe Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg may fight. A special venue, but more on that later. And also, obviously, today we have an amazing, unpopular opinion regarding language and language learning. Kind of surprising results, I would say, in the Instagram poll. Guys, if you want to join us live on the show, you can do that at twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. Super easy. Or if you can also join us on Instagram and help contribute to the polls and voting there at Professional Bohemian as well. How are you doing out there? All right, guys, now I'm here, you're here. Let's see what's going on in the world. How are you doing, Natch?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, I'm rough this morning. The world is too loud this morning. Do you know? Yesterday was the quiz night, friends. Yesterday was the quiz night. And I'm not too man to admit I'm suffering this morning. I got home at 1 a.m., Natch. 1 a.m. And I woke up at 6. Maximum sleep I had was like 4.5 hours. And there was a lot of alcohol consumed. Fitz and Kyle, they overserved me. It's their fault. They overserved me. Too much alcohol. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We've got Pedro, who's driving Eugene and the bridge. Oh, I thought I'd misplaced an hour there. Yeah, don't shout in the chat, please. But yeah, a great night. A beautiful tribute to Guy Williams last night. Guy Williams, one of our evening presenters here on the radio. And Richard did a whole kind of speech and he opened his gifts. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Guy Williams retiring there. We'll still be playing his show for a while on the radio, so don't worry. He's not going anywhere in terms of the program. But yeah, he won't be in recording anymore. Makes me sad, man. He's one of the originals. The only other kind of original old school presenter now is Dave Boyce. Well, and Richard himself, obviously. How are we doing? Born to Iron Man. Good morning, friends. Good morning, BTI. How are you doing? So yeah, it was a long night, and I was overserved. There was the winning team, Natch, called What Are You Looking For? I was in the winning team, Natch. Yeah. Dude, killed it. To be fair, I answered maybe 3 questions. But there were 2 people who always go every week. Juan and Sandra, I think their names are. Incredible. Intelligence. I don't know how they do it. But I was sat with them at the most obscure questions. What was the name of Alexander the Great's neighbor's cat? You know what I mean? And these guys are, Kitty. Unbelievable. I don't know what you have to read to get that intelligent. Wow. Interesting subject, really, because today's unpopular opinion does delve into the idea of intelligence, but we'll see. Okay, let's look at some news. You have to be kind and gentle with me today, warriors, because I'm feeling rough. Here we go. The Grammy Awards. The AI created music, so music generated using AI, is now eligible for a Grammy. Woo! I mean, with the caveat that a human also plays a part in its creation. But yeah, they officially are recognizing AI music in the Grammys. This coming from Rolling Stone magazine. The Grammy Awards have updated their guidelines to allow music created with artificial intelligence to be eligible for awards. However, a piece with no human contribution will not be eligible. Recording Academy CEO and President Harvey Mason Jr. clarified that music containing AI-created elements can be considered for a nomination. Yeah, that's a little odd for me, I'm going to be honest, Natch. Do you know what I mean? It's a little odd for me. Like, what's the next step? Are we going to start giving, like, Turner prizes? Turner Prize, by the way, is a fine art prize. Are we going to start giving Turner prizes away for AI-generated images? I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that because, you know, a lot of modern music is seems effortless. You know what I mean? It's just like the most simple, repetitive kind of nonsense. And we call that music today. Am I starting to sound old? Am I grumpy? I think so. Maybe. So yeah, there you go. AI created music with human contributions eligible now for a Grammy. I told you yesterday about Threads. I told you about Threads. That's the new social media platform by Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. Threads is a Twitter rival. Same kind of thing, you know, a limited number of characters, and you talk on there, you tweet. I don't know. I'm not sure what they call the tweet on Threads. Maybe you make a thread. I don't know. Well, yeah. The app, Instagram owner's Twitter rival logs 5 million users in the first hours. Oof. I've got a feeling this is the real Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fight. The fight over the future of Twitter. It seems like Twitter now is in a downward spiral it will never recover from. How do you guys in the chat, in the audience, how do you feel about Twitter? Do you still use it? Do you use it less than you used to? Are the new restrictions about the amount of content you can see, does that bother you? Are you interested in using Threads? Well, this is from The Guardian. Yeah, so the Twitter rival logged 5 million users in its first hours. Let's see. Within its first 4 hours, Threads had 5 million signups, helped by features like longer posts, celebrity backers, so celebrity people using the app, and a look similar to Twitter. Users need an Instagram account to log into Threads, and they can choose to follow the same accounts they follow on Instagram. Posts on Threads can be up to 500 characters long, and videos up to 5 minutes can be posted. Yeah, so I promised you, right? I said I was going to download the app as soon as it became available. Guess what, friends? For my friends in the EU, myself and Natch included, we can't use Threads yet. Yeah, the EU, because of regulatory concerns from Meta, obviously Meta had to pay a massive fine recently because all Europe's data is stored in America. So I imagine that's something to do with the decision. But the app is not available in the EU. Does anybody even care, Natch? Do you even care about this? You know, right? You're not a social media type person.
No.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I use social media, but purely to promote the show and promote my activities, promote events from the radio, things like that. And the idea of having a new social media to have to monitor and learn how to use is a little bit daunting, I'll be honest. A little bit daunting. But there is a Twitter-shaped hole in my heart. You know, that short-form text type post. There is a Twitter-shaped hole in my heart that I would like to be filled. So let's see if Threads does it. Maybe it's going to be Blue Sky. Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter, created Blue Sky. I'm still waiting for an invite, by the way. If anyone out there is using Blue Sky, send me an invite. I want to get in there. I want to investigate. I want to see what kind of controversy is being stirred up. on Blue Sky. Okay. So that's a little update on some news from yesterday, but a big deal, eh? It's a big deal. That's 5,000. I think that might actually be a record. 5 million new users in the first 4 hours. That's crazy. That's like the entire population of Madrid, Spain, in 4 hours joined the app. Actually, I think there are more like 8 million in Madrid now, or the Greater Madrid area, but still, incredible feat. Okay, and finally, I think we'll wrap up the news with one more thing here. Climate change, friends. Don't want to ruin your day or anything, but the world's hottest day since records began was Monday. Dude, can you believe that? Monday, the 3rd of July, was the world's average temperature reached a record high of 17 degrees Celsius. The highest since the end of the 19th century, due to the combination of El Niño weather, or the El Niño weather event, and ongoing carbon dioxide emissions. It's worrying stuff, guys. The desertification of our planet continues. It's amazing. It's amazing how many climate change deniers there are out there. I mean, I understand that people may argue about how it was caused. Is it a cyclical event? Something that's, happens every X thousands of years? Or if you're like me and you believe that humankind has kind of contributed to that. I mean, however you want to slice it, whether you think it's something that continually happens or whether humans have contributed to this climate change, you can't deny that it's actually happening at this point, can you? But I go online and I continue to see like climate change denial type posts, and it just drives me crazy. I don't understand. Go on, one more piece of news. We do have another one. AI related news. Thankfully, this doesn't affect myself, Natch, because we are powered by the ProBoh Show elves. But if you're a ChatGPT user, they've currently disabled the integration with Bing. It used to be with the paid ChatGPT. You could have ChatGPT search and navigate the internet for you. But now they've disabled that. OpenAI has temporarily disabled the Browse with Bing feature on its chatbot because users were exploiting it to bypass paywalls, which is a great hack, man. I mean, as many of you know, I do subscribe to ChatGPT Plus. And I can confirm, if you're like me, you like the New York Times or the Washington Post, but you don't want to pay the subscription, it was awesome. Hey, ChatGPT, rewrite this article for me. Boom, no paywall, you could see everything. But yeah, thanks to people like me abusing the system, yeah, they've just taken it offline. De repente, Natch. Apropos of nothing. De repente. Wow, come on.
Nivelazo.
And that's with a skin full of alcohol, Natch. Imagine if I was feeling normal today. Jeez. So yeah, de repente, like from one day to the next, they just got rid of the feature. Again, doesn't affect us. We have the elves. They have an old laptop of mine. They can navigate the web. So yeah, it's they haven't really clarified as to when the feature will come back or if they're going to make changes to close that loophole. But if you are a ChatGPT user, you know what makes me happy? It makes me happy to listen to Richard's show and hear him playing with AI. You know it's going to be a big deal when Richard Vaughan is using it and investigating it. True. It's true. All right, friends. Well, look, on that note, let's go to today's Unpopular Opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, friends, if you want to participate in today's debate, you can do that at twitch.tv/professionalbohemian. Just like MJ Symbol, Born to Iron Man, The Bridge, Eugene, and Pedro from Instagram. You can join us there with these guys who help create the content live. Okay, so today's unpopular opinion. First, what even is an unpopular opinion, bald man? What are you talking about? Un opinion? How do you say unpopular? I'm sure I know this.
Unpopular.
Unpopular. I knew that. I didn't trust myself, Natch. An unpopular opinion. It's a brain fart. Un pedo cerebral, un pedo mental, una rayada. I share it with you on my social media, namely my Instagram, @professionalbohemian, @bohemio profesional, pero en inglés. You guys vote, but the real people who really make the decision are the people who are watching and contributing live. Okay, so today's unpopular opinion is speaking more than one language doesn't equate to intelligence. Speaking more than one language does not equate intelligence. It's not equal to intelligence. Someone speaks more than one language, it doesn't mean they're a genius. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? MJ Symbol says, it's absolutely true. Well, let's get to, as we mentioned before, the poor enslaved ProBoh Show elves did provide us with some pros and cons. Let's get into those now. Agreeing with the statement that speaking more than one language does not equate to intelligence. We have 4 points. Intelligence is multifaceted. Oof, great vocabulary. Elves. It's multifaceted, like a diamond. And isn't solely based on linguistic capability. A person can be highly intelligent in areas like mathematics, spatial reasoning, music, or interpersonal skills without being multilingual. How are you doing, Min? Good morning, my friend. Here we go. Speaking multiple languages does not necessarily indicate proficiency or mastery. Some might speak several languages at a basic level. Hey, I'm starting to feel a little backhanded compliment there by the elves. I'll have to punish them when I get home. Someone might speak several languages at basic level, while another person may speak only one language but have a deep understanding and command of it. The number of languages one speaks often depends on their cultural and geographical context. Being born in a multilingual environment doesn't necessarily mean one is more intelligent, just more linguistically exposed. And the final point in the pro column. Access to a language or to language learning resources and opportunities can be a privilege. Judging intelligence based on multilingual ability might unfairly disadvantage those who lack these resources. I would say those resources are pretty common now. You know, I would say it's very easy to access foreign language content, more so now than ever before in the past. So I don't agree with that, elves, but whatever. Okay, let's see what people are saying in the chat. The Bridge says it's true. It doesn't mean intelligence. Knowing more than 2 languages only means that you are good at language, says Rafelka. Wow, great point, guys. Man, I think speaking 2 languages is pretty standard in non-English countries anyway. Oh, another backhanded compliment there. Yeah, other than English-speaking country. It's true, though. British people are so lazy, man. They're so lazy. They're capable of going to a foreign country and then being pissed off because the natives there don't speak English. Where am I? Africa? You don't speak English? Lazy. You're lazy. Come on, British people. Go home. You're drunk. Let's see. Let's continue. MJ Symbol, if you're bilingual, it's because one of your parents speaks to you in his or her foreign mother tongue. It doesn't relate to intelligence. The Bridge, physically, being bilingual is good for your physical strength. I don't understand that correlation, Bridge. Tell me more. Symbol, if you don't understand your mom or dad, you're simply dumb at a really young age. Min, intelligence means it's easier for you to pick up a new language and see the connections and rules in them. It doesn't mean you were able to speak multiple countries. You were able to speak multiple countries. In the end, it's about the effort you put in. Multiple languages. Thank you, Min. Thank you. What do you? How do you feel about this, Natch?
It's very complicated because intelligence has a lot of I don't know, layers.
Yeah, exactly.
you speak 3 languages, 4, maybe you're a little bit more intelligent in that aspect,
but doesn't necessarily mean
very complicated to measure the intelligence of a person.
I would agree with that. Well, let's look at the cons here that the elves have given us. People disagreeing with the statement, saying that speaking more than one language does indicate intelligence. Here we go. Multilingual individuals often display greater cognitive flexibility, the ability to switch between different concepts, which is a component of intelligence. Which is true, eh? Which is true, that kind of adaptability, the ability to be able to switch in between languages. I don't know, it's great mental exercise. Let's continue. The process of learning and understanding different languages enhances problem-solving skills and cognitive control, both considered aspects of intelligence. Multilingual people tend to have better metalinguistic awareness. The metalinguistic is the ability to think about and analyze a language as a system, as Min was saying, the formulas. Natch, the formulas, the ones in Spain that you just don't pay attention to when it comes to the masculine and feminine of objects. La mano. El mapa. Go on, Spain. Go on, Spanish. I'm sure you just created this language to torture me. That's it. That's what Spanish was created for. Anyway, let's continue. So multilingual people tend to have better metalinguistic awareness, which could be seen as an aspect of linguistic intelligence. And finally, final point, learning and maintaining proficiency in multiple languages can improve memory, a cognitive ability often associated with intelligence. That's what the elves said, folks. That's what the elves said. All right. Urs, how you doing? Urs, welcome. Good morning. Of course, you're not a genius if you speak more than one language. It depends on your background. If you're born in a multilingual family, you're bound to learn both languages because of your parents, and that is not a sign of your intelligence. English-speaking countries usually don't learn another language, and that doesn't mean they are foolish. Yeah. Your Honour, I call to the stand Brexit. I mean, we can, a little bit foolish, no? No, it's a fair point. Let's continue. Rafaelka, anyone here in Baleares knows Spanish and Catalan. And we are as much idiots as the rest. That's from Rafaelka. MJ Symbol, I don't really think it's switching. It's just translating quickly, I think. Ask Andy. Coco's here. She says, hi. Speaking several languages only means that you had the chance to get in touch with those languages. Being able to speak a language is something human beings are made for doing. All right. Yeah, look, my personal experience, my grandfather spoke like 5 languages, capable of a lot of stupidity, my grandfather. I speak 2 languages, and I'm not classically intelligent. But again, what Natch said that multifaceted nature of intelligence, right? Someone can be more emotionally intelligent, or that classical view of intelligence, the ability to reproduce information that you've digested. Like, I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at kind of memorizing and reproducing information. I think I'm a little better now in my in my adulthood with emotional intelligence, certain amount of street smarts, but I don't think anyone would highlight my intelligence. And I speak a couple of languages. Most of my family are bilingual, speaking both Italian and English. My grandfather spoke Polish, German, Italian, English. The guy could speak a ton of languages. I wouldn't say anyone would highlight him as a particularly intelligent person. And surely if language was connected to intelligence, the more languages you speak, the more intelligent you'd be, right? And I just don't see that bearing out in reality. However, you could argue that it does. you know. Learning and memorizing new vocabulary, again, is a function of memory. The better your memory, it would suggest the more intelligent you are. Flexibility of thought. Emotional intelligence can be enhanced, I think, by learning another language, because when you learn another language, it's an open door to learning another culture. For example, you learn English, you find out we have about 1,000 ways to say hangover. True story. Eskimos have thousands of words for snow. Language is a doorway to culture, so maybe there is a link there. But let me tell you something, guys. I'm not going to tell you. You are going to tell me. I will post a poll in the chat, and we'll come back after the break and see the results. Speaking more than one language doesn't equate to intelligence. True or false? Friends, so many things you could have been doing this morning. So many. An infinite number. But instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with Natch and I, and it means the absolute world. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. How are you doing out there, folks? It's currently 9 a.m. Central European Time, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. How are you doing out there, guys? You're listening to the ProBoh Show on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. If you've just tuned in, what did you miss? We spoke about the Grammys now opening the doors for AI, artificial intelligence generated music. So music generated through AI is now eligible for winning a Grammy. That's it's a big step, I think. I think that's a big step. Let's see if the doors are open to more creative awards with the use of AI. I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly, as an artist myself, as someone who plays musical instruments. I don't know. I'm a little on the fence there. We also looked at climate change, the world's hottest day since records began, since the end of the 19th century. Now, geez Louise, it's a long time. It was the world's hottest day since records began on Monday, the 3rd of July. Oof. Yeah, and again, and then I was mentioning, right, I spoke a little about climate change denial, how that still happens. I mean, okay, we can argue about the origins. I personally believe man or people played a part in the change of the climate. A lot of you probably believe that it's a secular thing, that it just happens. That's fine. We can disagree about that, but surely we can't disagree that climate change is happening, right? We can't disagree about that. I mean, it's a fact, guys. All right, let's continue. We spoke about Threads. We did an update to Meta's new new Twitter-style app, Threads. 5 million users in the first few hours of opening. In the first 4 hours, 5 million users. And sadly, it's not available here in the EU. I told you I was going to try it and tell you all about it, and I wasn't able to do that, sadly. And that ChatGPT has removed, or OpenAI has removed browser searching from ChatGPT because of people like me using it to bypass paywalls. Wap, wap, wow. Hopefully they bring it back, or I can figure out another way of doing it. And then we moved into today's unpopular opinion, which was speaking more than one language does not equate to intelligence. They are not the same thing. I have the vote in. First of all, before we get to the actual legit vote, how do you think people voted on Instagram, Natch? What do you think?
They said that true.
They said true. Little, lot?
A lot.
67%. Yeah, I was surprised that wasn't more, honestly. But it is, you do hear it. I mean, you do. like, for example, when it comes to a lot of British people, it's not, for at least a lot of the British people that I know, they do equate language acquisition or the ability to speak more than one language, they do equate that to intelligence. I mean, I'm not specifically talking about people in big cities like London, Manchester, who they're a little more cosmopolitan. I'm thinking about my family, right, in Bradford, England, and my friends back there. You know, it seems kind of like one of those things that are a little bit out of reach, like one of those oasis mirages on the highway when you're driving on a hot day. It feels like that when they talk about it. Oh, I'd love to speak another language. Oh, one day maybe. You know, and that kind of great admiration for the ability to be multilingual. And I think that's why a lot of people in that in those demographic sectors do equate it with a certain level of intelligence. And there is an argument to be made that there are certain elements there that do kind of highlight intelligence. But yeah, most people disagreeing with the idea that speaking more or agreeing with the fact that speaking more than one language does not make you intelligent. Okay, let's take a look at the chat, see what people were saying. I also have some comments that people left me on Instagram. But let's see what people are saying here. Good morning, beautiful warriors. How are you doing, Vero? Welcome. Okay. Let's see. I think knowing multiple languages isn't a sign of intelligence itself. Languages, most people can learn multiple languages. However, it is likely that you're dealing with a more intelligent person if they speak more than 2 languages, because it takes less effort for them to learn languages. Thus, they can learn more in the same time frame. That was from Min. Rob, what I had 4 months in a coma, my skull opened up, and a year almost unable to walk in hospital, and yet I'm still around. Brain exercise equals physical health. Ah, dude, okay, brilliant, Bridge. Thank you for that clarification. Bridge is a bit of a legend around here. Can we get Bridge a ProBoh approved?
ProBoh approved.
I think speaking several languages is certainly not bad for a person. Yeah, absolutely. That was from Eugene. Absolutely. But does it equate to intelligence? That's the question. It's certainly a good thing, and it opened my mind. I spoke Italian when I was younger, but now the Spanish that I know has eaten away all my Italian. My grandmother used to speak to me exclusively in Italian. So there you go. There's a good example, right? I'd never had formal Italian classes, never had formal Spanish classes, but through osmosis, just being exposed to those languages, I learned. Maybe learning a language or having that facility to be able to learn languages or to be able to learn is a sign of intelligence. If you're the kind of person who's open to learning something, I don't know. It's a difficult, complex question, guys. Let's continue. I do think you're intelligent, Rob, no matter what you think. Come on. I'm not, but not, maybe intelligent, but not above average intelligence. No one would highlight that as one of my, people would probably say, oh, he's funny. He can make me laugh, but no one's out there saying, oh, Rob's an intelligent guy. How are you doing, Jeffa? Welcome. I might have suffered from our education model not fitting him well and thus struggling with certain aspects while growing up studying. That was from Min. MJ Symbol, I disagree. It's not about having an awesome memory. The more you are exposed to the language, the more you will actually hear certain idioms or vocab, which makes you actually able to use it in your speech. It's from Symbol. Can we get a ProBoh approved for Symbol, please?
ProBoh approved.
You guys are killing it this morning. Thank God, because I'm rough. I was telling Nacho in the break, man. It's taking a hell of a lot of concentration, more than normal today. Let's see, Coco. I think that there are several types of intelligence. People usually relate intelligence to logic and mathematical intelligence. Yeah, that's from Coco. So like problem solving, right? She continues. And taking that into account, intelligent people don't have to be able to speak several languages. It's possible that one type of intelligence is linguistic. That's true. So a whole different compartment in our brain that can be that can be related to intelligence, just like we've got emotional intelligence, problem solving. Yeah. But something Min said that still stuck with me here is, those formulas, those rules for speaking another language. Basically, learning those rules is what makes me so bad at Spanish now. If it ends in an A, it's la. No, but the ability to use those rules, linguistic rules that are not native to you, for me, it does kind of imply a certain amount of flexibility in thought to be able to make decisions, linguistic decisions like that on the fly, which may indicate intelligence, right? Or maybe not. Let's see. Let's continue. If you listen to the radio, watch movies, or hang out with natives, you are bound to learn vocab, says Symbol. Rob is losing his Brit essence. I am. I only drank 5 beers last night, and today I am suffering. I think it's got more to do with only sleeping for 4 hours. If you put a person, this is from Coco, who is not intelligent in a linguistic sense, in touch with another language, he is going to speak it very well. Yeah, I mean, through osmosis. I'm not very intelligent, I guess you would say, in terms of language. I mean, I've been here 20 years and I still speak like Tarzan. Me, Rob. Like beer. Want beer. Rob tired. I mean, okay, I'm exaggerating, but I could speak a lot better, I'm not linguistically gifted. But then musically or in terms of painting, the visual arts, I make up for it there, I guess. Yeah, intelligence is a tapestry, right? It's multifaceted like a diamond. Yeah, so it's a tricky question. Okay, Min. I also think it's natural for people with more intelligence to be more curious about the world around them and being more likely to learn a new language as a result. Wow, that's a great point. Can we get a ProBoh approved from Min?
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
That's true. It does imply a certain amount of intellectual curiosity to even want to learn another language. That's a great point, Min. That's a great point. Again, someone who isn't as intelligent is capable of doing the same, but I do think it's more likely for an intelligent person to learn new languages. The average intelligence among people who speak 5 languages is probably higher than the average intelligence of people who speak 3. Yeah, that's a good point. And the 3-language group is capable of learning 5, but they're probably less likely because it takes a bit more effort. True story. All right. Let's get to the results of this poll. So here we go. So I made the statement that the ability to speak more than one language does not equate to intelligence. They're not linked. One thing does not mean the other. And you guys said in the poll, let's get a drum roll, Natch. 100% true. Vero, I'm not very intelligent, but I'm good with languages. Brits suck so bad at learning languages, or Spanish in particular, says Symbol. It doesn't mean they're not intelligent. Yeah, true story. True story, and yeah, as I said, I've known many people, multilingual people who speak even more than 2 or 3 languages that have just, that aren't above average intelligence. Although I can understand, coming from the background that I come from, the aspirational aspect when you see someone who can speak fluently a second language. And we do, and I can understand why people would equate that to intelligence. Why people would say, wow, the intellectual curiosity it takes to want to learn another language, the memory it takes to be able to memorize 5,000 vocabulary words, which is around the vocabulary of about a 5-year-old, I think. 5,000 words. The mental agility to be able to speak within the rules of a different linguistic framework. You know, think about language. Language is like an operating system on a computer, right? I run on English, you know, and occasionally I run on Spanish, badly, lots of bugs. But I run on English. That's the way my brain is hardwired. So yeah, I understand why people equate it to intelligence. However, the real point here is that intelligence is multifaceted, like a diamond, right? There is emotional intelligence, logical or problem-solving intelligence, intelligence more closely related to memory and regurgitating information that you've prior to the time consumed. But intelligence is a tapestry. It's a painting of many, many colors, not just not simply linguistic. However, I do see why people equate it with that. Either way, we can all agree that we greatly respect people who speak more than one language. And I wish my paisanos in England would learn to do the same. Who knows? Maybe one day. All right, my friends, let's go to today's 100 Humans. Oh my God, friends, it was a long walk to work today, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, tough one today. I recognize it, it's a tough one today. Today's question was, name something two people on a date might share. Nombra algo que podrían compartir dos personas en una cita.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
Damn right, Natch. Damn right. Name something two people on a date might share. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Woo! How you doing, Chris Valroll? Good morning. Let's see what people are saying. Brits, not you, Rob, are merely insular, that's all. True story. They're very inward-looking. It's that island mentality, right? Oh, wow, the chat's moving quickly. Brits suck so bad at learning languages, says Symbol. It's true story. If you like something, you put more effort into learning about it, says Vero. True story. Min, I don't know, guys. Looking at the average British tourist in Amsterdam, I'm doubting their intelligence. Exhibit A, Your Honour. Exhibit B, Brexit. Do they speak Dutch fluently? Asks Min. I'm not sure. All right, guys. As always, we'll go to the Natch for the first to kick us off. What do you think, Natch?
A bed?
A bed? Natch. There you go. Look. He's not even going for dinner. It's like, look. The date is in Natch's house. Is a bed there? No, it's not. Great answer, though, Natch. It's a very successful date. All right, let's see what people are saying in the chat. MJ Symbol kicking us off in the chat. He says dessert. Dessert. And I'm going to give it to you. Yeah, it's there. Food. Food is there. Food is there. 20 of the 100 humans said food. Things two people may share on a date. Food. Urs also said food. Coco Lavender said dessert. Rafelka says birth date. Well, it might. I mean, there's no rule against that. But is it there? Did the 100 humans say birth date? No, it's not there. Min says, to be fair, most are drunk, so they can't speak English fluently. True story. Dude, people in England, people like native-born English speakers speak the worst English. I read somewhere that don't they speak better grammatically more pure English in the Netherlands? I'm sure I read that somewhere. Anyway, let's continue. A car, says Coco Lavender. A car. They would share a car. But did the 100 humans say that? Coco says a car. It's there. Well done. Killing it. Lo estás petando. Killing it. Well done. So, God, Natch, someone said that to me last night. You are killing it. Oh, my God. But I need to remember that people listen to this show. Okay, let's see. Language, says Rafelka. They share language. It's a great answer, but it's not there. It's not there. The check or the bill, la factura, says Eugene. It's there. Well done. Woo. Eugene killing it. It's the fourth most popular answer with 9 of 100 humans saying the bill. Also, Urs said the bill. Well done, well done. Let's see. Oh, did I say Min for... Oh, God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Symbol. I'm sorry, Min. You're both the same colour on my screen. My bad. A kiss, says Chris Valrall. A kiss. Yeah, Natchez bypassed the kiss. Went straight to bed. Is a kiss there? Yes, it is. Well done. Chris Valrall, with 33 of 100 humans, number one answer. Well done. So yeah, guys, I asked 100 humans to name something 2 people on a date might share. You have 3 more to identify. Let's see if you can get there. Saliva. Did someone say bodily fluids here as well? Did I read that? Bodily fluids, said Min. Saliva, said Symbol. Well, you know what? Kiss was there, so yeah, why not? Why not? Bodily fluids, dude. You guys are natch. Let's see. Drinks, says Vero. Drinks. Rafelka says wine. Is it there? It's there. Well done. Wow. It's there. A drink. 24 of 100 humans said that. Something that 2 people on a date might share. Drinks. Well done. Second place. You guys have only got 2 more to get. Min says, it's common for foreigners fluent in a language to be grammatically better than native speakers, though. Belgians are on average better at Dutch grammar than Dutch are. Wow. I did not know that. That's interesting. Vero says a hug. Min says STIs. Symbol says stories or experiences. I'm going to give it to him. Yes, well done. Symbol, well done, man. Conversation was there. Conversation. Which, stories, experiences. But they would. 2 people would share a conversation. Well done. A couch, says the bridge. A couch. It's not there. It's not there. Okay, let me give you a clue. So you're only missing 1, guys, and it's probably the hardest one to get. So when looking for someone to go out on a date with, you would probably select someone if they share similar blank with you, right? You'd want to have certain things in common. So, what are we talking about? Symbol has an answer, as does Rafelka, as does Chris Valrall. The bridge says clothes. Yeah, I only date people who dress like me. It's true. Symbol has an answer. Natch, what do you think it is?
Hobbies?
Hobbies, interests. Yes, sir. Well done. Rafelka says a jail cell. You go out on a date. If it's been successful if at the end of the night you're both sharing a jail cell. Well done. So well done, Symbol, Bridge, Chris Valrall, Rafelka. Well done. Yeah, hobbies, interests, things in common, that kind of thing. Well done. So I asked 100 humans to name something 2 people on a date might share. In position number 7, we had interests or hobbies. In position number 6, we had a car, coche. Well done. In position number 5, we had a conversation. In position number 4, We had the bill, la cuenta. In position number
3.
We had food. In position number
2.
We had drink. And finally, in position number
1.
Well done, Chris Valroll. It was a kiss. Okay, let's very quickly go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Okay, no time to explain, folks. We need to do this real quick. I'm going to give you a news headline with some information missing. You're going to help me complete the news. Here we go. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg offered blank as a fight venue. So Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are offered blank as a fight venue. So we're looking for a place, right? Is it A, London's Wembley Arena? Is it B, Rome's Colosseum? Or is it C, Sylvester Stallone's Garden? Adrian! Dun, 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 dun. All right, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg offered blank as a fight venue. Is it A, London's Wembley Arena, where I believe they did Live Aid, right? Is it B, Rome's Colosseum, where Russell Crowe got killed in the movie Gladiator? That's why I know the Colosseum. Come on, don't judge me. What'd I tell you? Not intelligent. Or is it C, Sylvester Stallone's Garden? See, a few C's, a few B's. What do you think it is, Natch?
A.
You think A, London's Wembley Arena? Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg offered, drumroll, Natch. It's B, Rome's Colosseum. They were reportedly offered Rome's Colosseum as a venue for their agreed-upon cage fight. Italy's Minister of Culture proposed the idea, and both parties said all in. Wow, imagine. Jeez Louise. Like two gladiators. Okay, friends, sorry we had to rush at the end. That's all we've got time for, friends. So many things you could have been doing today. An infinite number of things. But you decided to take the time to spend some time with us, and it means the world. See you tomorrow.